A 20-minute evening routine can turn tomorrow's chaos into a calm, doable day. Stick with me for a few minutes, and you'll get a short, practical plan you can use tonight. A 5-minute quick tidy, a 7-minute brain dump into a notebook, a 5-minute prep for tomorrow, outfit, bag, keys, and a 3-minute wind down of breathing and gentle stretches. Simple steps that actually help you sleep and wake up clearer. Think of it like closing browser tabs in your head. Jot down loose thoughts to stop them nagging at you. Lay out one outfit to remove decision fatigue, and dim the lights to signal your brain it's time to power down. No magic, no perfection, just doable actions for busy adults that respect your time. And yes, if you miss a night, it's fine. Watch on, and first we'll show exact phrasing for the brain dump, a tiny checklist you can copy, and 2 tweaks that make the whole thing stick without turning your evening into a second job. Why evenings matter for tomorrow's energy. Evening habits directly affect how your body and brain recover overnight, which determines how much usable energy you have the next day. Light exposure late at night suppresses melatonin, the hormone that helps you feel sleepy, and scrolling through social feeds can keep your nervous system keyed up. Stressful thoughts that run on repeat will also raise cortisol and make deep sleep harder to reach. So the result is lighter, more fragmented rest and groggy mornings. Reduce the biologic interference with concrete steps. Lower bright overhead lights and switch to a lamp or warm bulb about 60 minutes before bed. Stop using brightly lit screens or turn on a blue light filter, and swap late-night doom scrolling for a paper book or an audiobook. Do a short 5-10-minute breathing or progressive relaxation exercise while sitting on the edge of the bed, which signals to your body that the active day is ending. Small changes like these matter because they shift your physiology from alert to wind down, and that's what lets sleep actually repair you. Mental clutter in the evening steals energy before you even get to sleep. Spend 5 minutes writing the top 3 things you must do tomorrow and tuck the rest into a later list. This simple triage reduces morning indecision and makes waking up less of a scramble. Lay out one outfit, pack your bag, or set out your coffee/tea supplies, and put any charging cables where you can grab them. Think of it as closing tabs in your brain. A quick tidy up now gives you fewer open loops to think about at 6 a.m. What you eat and drink after dinner also changes how you feel the next day. Heavy, spicy, or very late meals can cause indigestion and nighttime awakenings, while alcohol fragments sleep cycles and often leaves you dragging the next morning. If you need a bite, pick a light option like yogurt or a small banana, and stop eating a couple of hours before bed if possible. Set a practical kitchen cutoff and treat it like any other appointment. This reduces middle-of-the-night stomach protests. Pick a tiny, realistic routine you can actually keep and iterate from there. Consistency trains your internal clock. Aim for a 10-20-minute evening reset that combines one physical signal, dim lights, one mental task. List the top 3 next day tasks, and one calming action, stretch, breathe, or read. Be flexible on busy nights. Do the essentials first, and remember that small, steady habits add up more than heroic efforts done once. Common mistakes before going to bed. Small evening choices have an outsized effect on how your night unfolds. Screens emit blue light that dampens melatonin. Adrenaline from late exercise keeps the brain wired, and a busy mind full of unfinished tasks turns into a noisy roommate that won't leave. Scrolling through email or social feeds right before lying down tells your nervous system, work time instead of rest time. Action. Pick a screen cutoff. Move notifications to do not disturb, put your phone across the room, or switch to a paper book. If you must use a device, turn on a blue light filter and reduce brightness. Better yet, pretend your phone is a polite house guest and show it the door an hour before bed. Exercising is great, but timing matters. A sprint or heavy lifting session immediately before bed spikes heart rate and body temperature, which makes it harder to fall asleep. Try moving high-intensity workouts earlier in the day and replace late sessions with gentle stretches, a short walk, or a warm shower that signals wind down. Example: swap that 9 p.m. hit for a 7 p.m. walk and a 5-minute stretch routine before pajamas. Small swaps like that calm the body without sacrificing fitness gains. Food and drink choices get overlooked, but are common culprits. Large, spicy, or greasy meals close to bedtime can cause indigestion and interrupted sleep. Alcohol might make you fall asleep faster, but it fragments the later part of the night and reduces restorative REM sleep. Swap the late burger for a lighter snack if you're hungry. Plain yogurt, a banana, or a handful of nuts. And move cocktails earlier in the evening if you want to avoid the middle of the night wake-ups. Also watch out for caffeine and less obvious sources like chocolate and some pain meds. If you're sensitive, shift those earlier. Mental clutter is another big one. Lying in bed, rehearsing everything you forgot to do farms a fertile ground for anxiety. A practical fix: keep a small notebook by the bed and write a short to-do list or a quick worry note before you climb under the covers. That physical act tells your brain the thought is parked for tomorrow. Combine that with a simple breathing routine or a 5-minute relaxation exercise to downshift. Don't aim for perfection. Aim for a calmer start to sleep. Finally, mixing work and sleep space trains your brain poorly. Answering emails on the laptop in bed or watching tense shows means your bedroom becomes a multitasking zone instead of sleep temple. Make the bed for sleep and intimacy only and create a tiny ritual. Dim the lights, put on soft music, brush your teeth. That signals to your nervous system we're switching modes. Think of it like setting your phone to airplane mode. You're making a clear, small boundary so your brain can finally rest. Simple, relaxing evening routine structure. Consistent evening cues help your brain shift from work mode to rest mode because predictable signals create a clear transition. Think of the wind-down window as the last ramp on the highway before the exit. Start slowing down before you need to stop. Aim for a short, repeatable block of time that fits your life. Something between a quick 10 minutes and a fuller 45 minutes works well, depending on the day. Simple, repeatable actions are the point. They tell your body and mind that sleep is coming without turning your evening into a checklist marathon. Begin by setting the scene. Lower the lights or switch to a warm lamp. Put devices out of arm's reach or in another room, and adjust the temperature or add a light blanket. Small sensory changes matter. Follow with basic hygiene like brushing teeth and washing your face. Those are physical markers that the day is done. After that, choose one calming activity. Gentle stretching, reading a physical book, or sipping a warm, non-caffeinated drink. For example, a 30-minute routine could look like this. 5 minutes to dim lights and put your phone away. 5 minutes to change and wash up. 10 minutes of stretching or reading. 5 minutes of jotting down tomorrow's top task, and 5 minutes of breathing or guided relaxation. No need to be perfect. Just pick a sequence you could do most nights. If you're short on time, shrink the sequence into a micro-routine that still signals rest. 2 minutes to set out clothes for the morning, 2 minutes to brush teeth, and a 2-minute breathing pause can be enough. Parents and shift workers can anchor their routine to a dependable trigger, like after the kids' bedtime or 30 minutes after coming home from a late shift. Swap activities to match energy levels. On tired nights, opt for a calming podcast instead of a chapter of a book. On good nights, add a few restorative yoga poses. Treat the routine like lowering volume on a radio instead of trying to flip an off switch. Make the structure sticky with simple habits that require minimal decision-making. Lay out pajamas and tomorrow's essentials during dinner or the afternoon. Keep a small notebook by the bed for one-line notes. Today's highlight and tomorrow's top priority. Use a single relaxation cue. Same lamp, same playlist, same blanket, so your body learns the signal. And don't beat yourself up when life interferes. Missed nights happen, and a shorter routine is still progress. Think of it as training a pet. Consistency wins. Kindness gets you further than perfection, and occasional treats are allowed. How to disconnect from work mentally. The brain needs a short transition to move out of focused work mode. Without one, it keeps rehearsing problems and stays physiologically activated, which makes relaxation harder. This is why people who just close their laptop often lie awake replaying meetings. A deliberate, repeatable shutdown ritual reduces that carryover by giving your mind a clear signal that work has an endpoint. Begin with a fixed stop time and guard it like any meeting. 5 minutes before that time, run a simple checklist. Close active documents. Send one quick note if anything truly needs immediate attention. Then write 3 concrete items for tomorrow. Not vague goals, but the specific next actions. For example, email Sarah the budget file rather than work on budget. Say the out-loud phrase you'll use every night, such as work paused, pick up tomorrow, even if it sounds a little silly. Short ritual. Big psychological return. Use sensory cues to separate the day from the evening. Change out of work clothes, switch overhead lights to a warmer lamp, or take a 10-minute walk around the block and leave your phone on Do Not Disturb. Physical actions work like flipping a circuit breaker. They tell your nervous system the job is done. If you're pressed for time, splash water on your face or pour a cup of herbal tea. Small acts with an outsized effect. If your mind still clings to tasks, give it a place to park thoughts. Keep a worry notebook or a short digital note app by your bed and spend 2 minutes writing a single line for each intrusive thought, the problem, and the one next action you'll take. When that feels too formal, record a 30-second voice memo labeled Tomorrow and move on. Time-boxing worry reduces rehearsal. The brain accepts a dedicated slot and relaxes. Manage the tech that keeps work alive. Mute work chat channels after your stop time. Schedule emails to send the next morning instead of hitting send now. And set calendar boundaries that show you as unavailable. If your role truly requires being reachable, create a clear escalation path. One message to indicate urgent matters only, so you don't feel tempted to monitor everything. Practical boundaries are not about being inflexible. They're about being intentional. Build realistic habits that respect a busy life. Some nights will require a late reply. That happens, but let those be exceptions, not the default. Pair a short ritual with a longer reset when you can, a 20-minute walk, a hobby session, or a calming shower. Lastly, be gentle with yourself. Disconnection is a skill that improves with repetition, not perfection. A consistent, simple routine will slow the mental hamster wheel more effectively than trying to force a sudden, perfect switch off. Small habits to improve your sleep. Most adults do better with about 7 to 9 hours of sleep and a regular internal clock. Keeping sleep times consistent helps your body know when to wind down and when to wake up. Pick a realistic target wake time first, the one your life actually allows. Then count back to set a bedtime that gives you enough hours. Stick to that schedule within about 30, 60 minutes on weekdays and weekends. Small regularity beats perfect rigidity. Create a short, predictable wind down you can do every night. Do something concrete for 20, 45 minutes before bed. Dim the lights, put on a pair of comfy socks, make a small herbal tea, and read a few pages of a paper book. Try a 5-minute brain dump on your phone or a notebook. Write tomorrow's top 3 tasks. Then close the notebook and close the loop. That little ritual tells your brain the shop is closing. Cut bright screens and blue light for a bit before sleep. Turn on night mode, but better yet, set a no-scroll rule for 30, 60 minutes pre-sleep and leave your phone across the room on Do Not Disturb. Replace scrolling with a one-page crossword or a short podcast episode you've already tried and know won't spike your thoughts. If you must use a device, dim the screen and use blue light filters or amber bulbs to reduce stimulation. Tweak food, drink, and stimulant timing so they don't sabotage sleep. Avoid large meals right before bed. Heavy digestion can wake you up. Skip caffeine in the late afternoon or evening and watch out for hidden caffeine in tea, chocolate, and some medications. If you're a little hungry, nibble a small sleep-friendly snack like a banana or a spoonful of yogurt instead of a full dinner Redux. Also, be mindful that alcohol may help you drop off but fragments sleep later in the night. Make the bedroom actually feel made for sleep. Keep it cool and a bit darker than the rest of the house. Blackout curtains, an eye mask, or a small fan for white noise can make a big difference, and they don't take much time or energy to try. Invest in one practical upgrade you'll actually use: a better pillow, a breathable sheet, or a dimmable bedside lamp. Instead of chasing perfect bedding every month, move your body earlier in the day rather than right before bed. Even a 20, 30-minute walk in daylight helps regulate your internal clock and calm stress. Short naps, under 20 minutes, can refresh you, but keep them earlier in the afternoon to avoid stealing nighttime sleep. If you exercise late and fall asleep faster, but wake up cranky, try shifting that workout a little earlier. Use tiny calming routines to quiet the mind when it's buzzing. Try box breathing or simple counted breaths. Inhale for 4, hold briefly, exhale for 4. Progressive muscle relaxation takes 5-10 minutes. Tense a muscle group for a few seconds, then release. If your thoughts race, label them quickly, planning worry, and tell them, kindly, you'll deal with them tomorrow. Small, structured techniques beat lying awake, rehearsing every embarrassing thing from high school. Start with 1 or 2 habits and build up slowly. Pick the easiest wins, a 15-minute wind down, and putting your phone on a shelf, and do those for a week. If you slip up, that's normal. Adjust, don't punish. Sleep is a habit, not a test. And steady, small changes are the reliable route to better rest. Quick recap. Pick a short, consistent buffer before bed, 15-30 minutes. Turn off bright screens or use night mode. Set your phone to do not disturb and place it across the room. Do one tiny planning step. Write your top 3 tasks for tomorrow or pack your bag so your brain doesn't keep rehearsing the next day. Move your body a little, 5-10-minute stretch or walk. Wash your face and brush your teeth, and finish with a simple calm cue. 5 slow breaths, a page of reading, or a 2-minute journaling prompt like what went well today. If you only have 10 minutes, pick one calming action. Dim lights and read for 10 minutes, or do the breathing exercise and set your phone away. If you have 30, string 2 or 3 actions together. Stretch, prep clothes, then journal. Think of this like putting your brain on airplane mode, small deliberate steps that tell your nervous system it's time to power down. First, know you're busy. These aren't spa-level rituals, they're realistic, repeatable choices. Try the same few steps for a week and notice what changes. Falling asleep faster, waking with less mental clutter, or simply feeling like the evening isn't a blur. If one concrete action from this video helped, try it tonight and note how it feels tomorrow. Tell me in the comments which small step you'll try, the one with the highest chance of sticking. If you like this, like and subscribe for more practical routines that don't demand a lifestyle overhaul. Next up, first we'll share a 10-minute evening routine for people who get home late and a printable checklist you can tweak for your schedule. Small habits, real results, no monk vows required. Try one tiny change tonight, adjust as you go, and first we'll see you in the next video.